Hey there, today we're going to talk about countersteering. Countersteering is initiating a turn towards a given direction by first steering counter to the desired direction. Okay, so what the heck does that mean? Well, in this diagram, I'm going to illustrate the difference between turning a car, which is a four-wheeled vehicle, and a motorcycle, which is a two-wheeled vehicle. The top two diagrams there show you a basic left-hand turn of a car and a motorcycle, and as you can see, there's an outward force as you initiate a turn in the car or motorcycle towards the outside of the turn. Well, in a car, all you have to do is turn the steering wheel to the left and the car is going to go left, and that's because a car has four wheels. The outside wheels actually counteract that force going to the outside. However, when you're riding a motorcycle, you don't have the luxury of four wheels, you're only on two wheels. So if you just try to turn the handlebars like you turn a steering wheel on a car, the bike's not going to be able to do it, and the force is actually going to force the bike out to the right side of the turn there, and you're going to crash. So this is where the term countersteering comes in. To initiate a turn to the left on a motorcycle, you first have to push left, then the bike's going to lean left, and then you're going to go left. That's why you see that in all the motorcycle manuals from the DMV and whatnot. You're always going to see push left, lean left, go left. That's what they're talking about. A lot of the problems people have when understanding countersteering when they're reading manuals like a DMV manual is it doesn't actually say to push on the left hand grip or push on the right hand grip. It just says push left, lean left, go left. Well, what does that mean? Does that mean you push the whole handlebar to the left? Or you're just pushing the hand grip to the left? It means you're pushing the hand grip to the left. And I'm going to illustrate that in a few videos in just a minute. One last thing I'd like to point out on this diagram is you'll see I use the term normal speeds. The reason I put that in there is because when you are starting from a stop on a motorcycle or traveling at very, very slow speeds, you will actually turn the handlebars just like you would a steering wheel on the car left and right. But it only works at extremely slow speeds. Once you hit that tipping point speed for your motorcycle, and depending on the weight and balance of your motorcycle, it's going to be between 8 to 15 miles an hour. The countersteering kicks in, and then there's absolutely no way to turn the motorcycle without countersteering it. So just keep that in mind. Alright, now the excitement begins with some countersteering demonstration videos. Okay, this diagram shows you what I'm going to be doing in the countersteering demonstration videos. I'm only going to be pushing slightly forward on the right handlebar grip with my right hand only. I'm not even going to keep my left hand on the handlebars. Now don't do that at home. You should always be driving with both hands on the handlebars. But I'm just doing it to illustrate the point that I'm only going to be using my right hand, and I'm only going to be pushing slightly forward on the right handlebar grip to do this. In addition, I'm also going to try to keep as upright as possible. I'm not going to be leaning or nothing. The only variable that's going to change is the speed. I'm going to do the same thing at 10 miles an hour, at 15 miles an hour, and then at 20 miles an hour. Okay, just a quick recap. I'm not going to be touching the left handle grip, and this is all I'm going to be doing with the right handle grip. I'm just going to be pushing it slightly forward. Okay, here we go at 10 miles an hour, and just pushing slightly forward on the right handle grip only. As you can see, at this slow speed of 10 miles an hour, I can still just slightly push on the right handle grip, just like you'd be steering a car, and the motorcycle will still go to the left. Okay, here we go. Same exact setup, but this time we'll be traveling at 15 miles an hour. As you can see, at 15 miles an hour, I can still get the motorcycle to drift left. It's not actually turning left though. It's actually fighting me the whole time I'm pushing forward on the right handle grip, because the bike's actually at its tipping point where you're actually going to have to start counter-steering the bike to get it to go in the direction you want. Okay, one last time, same setup, except this time we're traveling 20 miles per hour. And there you have it. That's when countersteering kicks in completely. There's absolutely nothing you can do at this speed to steer the motorcycle like you would steer a car. It's just simply the physics take over, and it is impossible. Whatever way you push on a handlebar, that's the direction the bike's going to start to turn. So at this speed, if you push on the right hand grip with your right hand, the bike's going to lean right and it's going to turn right. If you push on the left hand grip with your left hand, the bike's going to lean left and it's going to turn left. There's simply no way to overcome the forces to steer the motorcycle like a car any longer. It's simply not going to happen no matter what you do. Okay, now it's time to bust a myth. You'll hear a lot of people say, I turn my motorcycle by leaning it. The truth is, leaning only allows you to sustain a turn. It does not initiate the turn. The only way to initiate a turn on a motorcycle at speed is by countersteering the motorcycle. Now to prove this, I'm going to do the same exact thing I did before, except this time at 20 miles an hour, I'm going to lean my whole body to the left of the motorcycle, and then I'm still just going to slightly push forward on the right hand grip, and you're going to see no matter what I do, no matter how much I lean and want the bike to turn like a car, it's not going to do it. It's still going to turn to the right. So here we go, one last time, 20 miles an hour, leaning my whole body to the left, but pushing forward on the right hand grip. There you go, the bike's still going to turn to the right no matter what I do now. Okay, now it's time for some straight realistic talk about countersteering. For the average person riding around on a motorcycle, countersteering comes naturally when you're just making basic turns and taking corners. A lot of people have been riding for years, don't even understand countersteering by definition, and it's just something your body naturally adapts to when you are riding a two-wheeled vehicle such as a motorcycle. So why is it important to talk about countersteering then? The answer to that question, because knowing how to swerve by countersteering will probably save your life one day. This here is a swerve initiated by countersteering to the left simply by pushing forward on the left hand grip. Okay, this illustration here shows you what would occur if I didn't use countersteering like I did in that last video clip. The only way to swerve around an obstacle quickly is by countersteering the bike when you're at speed. So that means when you want to swerve to the left, you have to push forward on the left handle grip, which is going to turn the wheel slightly to the right, and that's going to break that outward force we showed you in that very first illustration. And that's going to dip the bike to the left, which is going to lean the bike to the left and allow you to turn very quickly. And then the same principle would apply when you want to swerve back to the right. You'd actually push on the right hand grip and it's going to turn the wheel slightly to the left, which is going to cause the bike to dip and lean to the right, and then you're going to be back on your correct path. If you try to just lean the bike left without actually moving the handlebars, the bike's going to drift to the left, but it's not going to turn to the left, and that's what's shown in the diagram on the right there. You can lean, but you're not going to turn quick enough to avoid the obstacle. Now the worst case scenario is while you're trying to lean to the left, desperately trying to get around that obstacle, you're going to revert back to your car driving, and you're actually going to push on the right hand grip trying to get around, thinking that it's going to turn the bike to the left, and what's actually going to happen is the bike's going to countersteer back to the right and you're going to run off the road. So just remember, when you're at speed, when you push on that left hand grip, the bike's going to lean left and it's going to turn left. When you push forward on that right hand grip, the bike's going to lean right and it's going to turn right. And that's the physics and principles behind countersteering. Hopefully I explained it well enough to everybody so they got a grasp of it. Feel free to leave your comments below if you have questions, and if I have to, I'll make another video about it. Take care everybody and ride safe.